Good evening. I'm Safi. Welcome to Reporters Diary on the Eco of India's Facebook page. This is a live chat with Eco's team of reporters and editors who bring to you day's development. Before we move ahead, let me share with you the major issues in news today. The Defense Ministry has said that the Independence Day ceremony at Red Fort would have a balance between the event's dignity and COVID-19 protocols. According to sources, over 4,000 people have been invited for the event. The West Bengal government will provide jobs to the kin of deceased and incapacitated COVID warriors. According to a senior official, the move aims at boosting the morale of workers who are dealing with the crisis as frontline warriors. The Indo-Tibetan Border Police have awarded its 294 troops for bravery in the recent clashes with the Chinese army in eastern Ladakh. Former Congress President Rahul Gandhi has demanded that the center define an inclusive vaccine access policy that ensures its affordability and distribution among the masses. The Ashok Gehlot government in Rajasthan has won the confidence vote in the assembly. The motion of confidence was passed by voice vote. And now I move on to our team of reporters who are joining us. We have Riddhi, Sumanto, Razia, and Debanjan. Welcome to Reporters Diary. To start with, Riddhi, if you may just proceed, what stories are you tracking today?
The nation story that I have today is noting that there has been a significant decline in the number of the voluntary blood donations in view of COVID-19. Union Health Minister Harsh Vardhan has urged today to donate blood, as blood is important and is required for blood crises like thalassemia, blood cancer, road accidents, and trauma care. Another story that I have today is from Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh Congress President Kamal Nath today said that he has just toed his party's line on the Ram Temple issue and has called himself a devout Hindu. He has also said that he has immense faith and respect for every other religion. Nath reacting to a Congress MLA from Kerala saying that he has not violated his party's norms. Another story that I have today is another story that from today is multi-layered security arrangements and a mandatory adherence to social distancing norms are in place for the 74th Independence Day celebration at Red Fort this year. Over to you, Safi.
All right, so Riddhi has these stories. We move on to Debanjan. Debanjan, what stories, what great stories we have today?
Today I have a positive story, I would say, not nothing political and not a very hard news in that sense, but it's a very positive development and initiative, a noble initiative has been given green signal or it has been launched, and that is from today there will be reserved seat, at least one reserved seat for people of the transgender community. This initiative has been started in two routes of a private bus, that is 205 and 205A. We had a chat with the brain behind this initiative, Shobhan Mukherjee, a student of Ashutosh College. And this morning I had an interaction with him, and he said that we need this thing to help the people of transgender community to get out of their social stigma. And he hopes that this is implemented across the country. And we also had interaction with Mr. Topun Banerjee, the General Secretary of Joint Council of Bus Syndicate. He said that he welcomes this move and he gave approval to this proposal immediately after getting this.
All right, so Debanjan,
And
yes,
another
Debanjan,
story,
yes.
yes, another one that I am tracking. This once again is not very hard news, but we can say this is positive. Actually, members of all the four parties, TMC, CPIM, Congress, and BJP, today walked together in a rally of parents in Durgapur demanding rollback of hiked school fees. So this is interesting, you may say.
Right, yes, this is very interesting. School fees, as we all know, is a
Yeah,
point
yeah, yeah.
where there's a lot of feet. Yes, parents are suffering in a way, and then schools are claiming that no, they have their own expense to
Uh,
take care of. Yes, Debanjan.
And
Yes, this is in fact.
members of all parties have worked in the rally, and they have what is important is they have been able to keep politics aside, at least for
All
once.
right. Yes. So this is really interesting and important. We move on now. Shumanto, welcome. Good evening. What stories
Good
are
evening.
you having with you?
Very disturbing news is coming from Sikkim. That is Alkem Pharma, which is a very important industrial unit in Sikkim. They have their unit in Samardang in South Sikkim. They have a total of 318 workers, and out of them, 142 have been detected COVID positive.
Okay.
And what is more disturbing, as from August 11, 45 of the Alkem workers, Pharma workers who had been earlier tested positive are missing from the unit, which is a total quarantine zone in Samardang. And police administration has no clue where these 45 missing people are. So
Okay.
this is really a matter of concern for Sikkim, because Sikkim has, apart from tourism, Sikkim has very few big industry units. One is maybe Danny Deng Zongpa's Yoksom Breweries. Other is Alkem.
Right.
So one of
Right.
that's very disturbing for Sikkim.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
And another thing in Sikkim is that as the number of COVID patients, positive patients are increasing in Sikkim, and there's a pressure on the COVID hospitals. So the Sikkim government had decided to open flu centers that will operate 24/7. The initial suspected COVID patients will be tested in the flu units, and if depending on the results, they will be shifted to the COVID hospitals, so that the pressure is lesser on the COVID-19 hospitals.
Right. Right.
And from Shiliguri, there is an interesting news, that is the veteran Naxal leaders who had been involved in the bloody movement in the 70s, but bloody Naxalite movement in the 70s, mainly the followers of the maverick Marxist leader Kanu Sanyal. Now they have requested the present Maoists, who are united under the umbrella of the Communist Party of India Maoists, to drop guns and take up the democratic path. Shafi,
Yes.
if you
I think
remember,
this is I think a major development. If the appeal is to shun violence, come to the mainstream, join the mainstream like the rest of the citizens. Yes, I think
exactly,
Shumanto, yes.
slight background on this, if you remember, Shafi. In fact, Kanu Sanyal himself, before his death, admitted that bloody movement is no more required at the current juncture, and the Naxalites has to come in the mainstream. And that's where exactly CPI-ML, Dipankar Bhattacharya's, disassociated themselves from the communist, the CPI Maoists.
Right.
So this is very interesting.
I think this is interesting and a major development, not only for the region but for the rest of the country also. Right. That's important.
Right. Absolutely right.
Yeah. What else happening in Darjeeling? How's the weather, Shumanto, on the eve of Independence Day? Anything interesting happening in the region?
Exactly, the routine security checks in the malls, shopping complexes. Although the administration is saying that this is just routine, because not much gathering is expected this year because of the COVID pandemic, as it used to happen in the previous years. So otherwise, everything is okay. But as of now, that is all.
All right. So that's from Sikkim to South Bengal. We move on to Port Blair with Razia. Yes, Razia.
Shafi, I don't have any good news from Andaman, because today two persons succumbed to COVID-19. They are very young. And spike in coronavirus cases are really very big reason of concern here in Andaman. It's like after each house there is a one COVID patient. The data is more than 1,500 now in Andaman Nicobar Island. And the more concern is the department who are fighting COVID-19, the volunteers, the department who are in this. The staffs are suffering. Now the condition is the Directorate of Rural Development compelling the staff to perform their duty despite many tested COVID positive. They are forced to do their duty, and those who are working in a contractual basis, they don't have any other option instead of working. Otherwise, they will be thrown out of their job. So this is something very sadistic things which is happening here. The second thing is the vegetable vendors of North and Middle Andaman are suffering a lot because uh, they grow in a huge quantity vegetables. Now they suffer losses because of the lockdown, and the third thing which I want to share is shortage of cooking gas in North and Middle Andaman. As we all know, here in Andaman, the road services are stopped. So the gas, the 4 trucks which fly to Diglipur and northern region with the LPG cylinders, two of
Right.
the drivers has tested positive. So they are now under medical treatment, and so the shortage of gas is something which is affecting there in the northern region of Andaman Nicobar Island.
Yes, I think
Over
these
to
are
you,
major
Sachin.
developments because I was just
Yes.
seeing through the reports that are coming from our bureau in Port Blair. There is perhaps shortage of gas in some region. There's also shortage of petrol, perhaps,
Yes,
Razia, in one or
petrol,
two
diesel,
regions.
both. Yeah, petrol,
Yes,
diesel, both. Yeah.
and also now the vegetables. So COVID is affecting Port Blair. COVID is affecting Andamans as it's affecting
Yeah.
the rest of the country. Anyway, so on the eve of Independence Day, we just wish that the days which come, the near future will be better than what we have gone through
Hope
during
so.
this COVID crisis. On the eve of Independence Day, we just want to wish you a very happy Independence Day. Stay safe, and viewers, this is all we have in Reporter's Diary today, this evening. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.